This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
A peace is the path to the prosperity of the nation. Let peace reign. On the news this evening, mixed reactions trail viral video of men loyal to ex-agitator Asari Dokubo. Hotel staff who returned $70,000 forgotten by customer Mary Kekwaru to be honored by 2 local government areas in Rivers State. Stakeholders call for establishment of special cassava farm to resolve headers farmers clash in Rivers State. DSS Correction Center officials clash over custody of suspended CBN governor, and on the foreign scene, wildfire fighting plane crash in Greece. I am Carl Orakwe with the news. The leader of the movement for the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra, Uchenna Madu, says Nigerians should ignore Asari Dokubo and his claim of a private army. Uchenna Madu, who was imprisoned alongside Asari Dokubo, Ralph Wazirike and Gani Adams in the past, said Asari is just seeking to be relevant.
Dokubo and his like are just using the platform of agitation to enrich themselves. So Dokubo saying he wants to provide a personal or private security for Alhaji Bulletin is just one of his many ways of trying to make himself relevant in as if he is somebody. He has no militia group. He has nobody. Go to Joland today, to the south, nobody is following him. Some people are too self-centered to the extent of mismanaging the opportunity or privilege that was given to them.
The Biafra agitator also said Asari Dokubo's comment is an indictment on Nigeria's security apparatus.
And for him to say he wants to provide a private security for the president, it's a slap. It's a slap to the Nigerian security apparatus. It shows they are not doing anything. As a matter of fact, Dokubo have said that Tinubu is his father. So I think the 2 of them are applying on the same lane. So people should not listen to Dokubo Asari. Whatever he's doing, his master and the father is aware. It's a very big slap to the Nigerian government and Nigerian military apparatus.
On the other hand, the chairman of Ijo Youth Council, Asikatam's Edward, says the possession of firearms by the armed soldiers formed by Asari Dokubo is part of measures to curb the reoccurring incidents of kidnapping and other insecurity at the Emoha Kalabari Road. Mr. Edward said this on Nigeria Info's Morning Crossfire today. Mr. Edwards said that Amama soldiers worked directly under the DSS and assisted in ensuring peace and security during the 2023 general elections in the area.
The pocket of insecurity we were experiencing on Diamond Calabar Road, those young boys that were perpetrating those criminal acts were arrested and handed over to the DSS, to the Nigerian police force to deal with. They don't take claws into their hands. Once you're caught, they hand you over. Because like I said, they are working directly under the DSS. So once you're caught, they give it to the DSS move it to the police.
However, a former senator who represented Kaduna Central in the 8th Assembly, Shehu Sani, condemned the private army assembled by Asari Dokubo. Recall that Dokubo in the viral video said he and his comrades are working for President Tinubu.
This is what we want to tell our younger ones, especially from Undele, where she comes from, and any other.
I do apologize for that. Moving on, officials of the Nigerian Correctional Service and operatives of the DSS today fought over the custody of the suspended governor of the CBN, Godwin Emefiele. The DSS and prison officials clashed over the agency to take custody of Emefiele after Justice Nicholas Owebo of the Federal High Court in Lagos admitted Emefiele to bail in the sum of 20 million naira. Amidst the clash, Emefiele's lawyers allowed the DSS to take custody of their client to avoid a gun battle with the prison officials. And moving on, a political analyst, Liboros Oshoma, says the 60 days constitutional provision for President Bola Tinubu to forward his ministerial list without any consequences in the event that he fails is a vacuum that should be addressed. Mr. Oshoma, who is also a lawyer, told correspondent Suibio Ruari that the National Assembly must address the vacuum so that the law can be effective. political analyst also said he expects the list to be a total departure from the norms.
I'm not expecting something, a total departure, but I'm just expecting that we're going to see a few new names and then, lots of the old others. Some of these old others are going to nominate, their person, but at the end of they're not going to see departure, mainly because, mind you, Nigeria really politicians are the ones that win election, and so for president who believes even if you want to work, but you definitely will want to fight the politicians along.
The National Association of Women Journalists, NAWOJ, Rivers State Chapter, is demanding the unconditional release of a female journalist, Prispa Anthony Wokocha, who was kidnapped along Gulf Estate in Port Harcourt. In an interview with our correspondent, the chairperson of NAWOJ Rivers State Chapter, Susan Serekara Wikina, while condemning her kidnap, appealed to the abductors to reconsider releasing the journalist who has shown diligence in rendering humanitarian service in the state.
It's really pathetic, and since her adoption has been done, I'm praying seriously for her release. I don't understand why kidnappers will think of kidnapping a journalist who are doing their humanitarian services in the society. 90% of what we do is just humanity. We don't have any money and they are demanding for 150 million. Where will that come from?
Also speaking, Vice Chairperson of NAWOJ Rivers State Chapter, Daba Benebo, called on the police to ensure that she's safely set free.
It's very, very bad that journalists will be kidnapped, especially female journalists, a murder in that matter. In any guise, is condemnable, unacceptable. We just want to commend this police for their swift action. We pray that they will do more and cover these inappropriate activities of criminality in the state. We want to plead one more that the kidnappers should release her unconditionally, and so that she can unite back to her family and continue her service to the society.
And NAWOJ's demand comes after her family says her captors are now demanding 150 million naira in ransom. Mrs. Prispa Anthony Wokocha, who leads the news team at the River State Broadcasting Corporation, was kidnapped 5 days ago. Mary Kekwaru, a staff of Echo Hotel Lagos who returned $70,000 forgotten by a customer of the hotel, is to be honoured by 2 local government areas in Rivers State. As you may know, Miss Mary Kekwaru has been receiving accolades from many Nigerians, including musician Davido, who gave her $10,000 for her display of honesty amidst the difficult times in the country. The chairman of Ikwere local government area, Samuel Wanosike, promised to give her 2 million naira to encourage good behavior and honesty.
An Ikwere young girl working in one of the most expensive hotels in Lagos returned $70,000, which is 59 million naira in this hard time. It shows that Ikwere people are God-fearing, Ikwere people are humble people, Ikwere people are here to serve. We are not greedy, we are not thieves. On behalf of Ikwere local government, to encourage that young lady, Ikwere local government will donate the sum of 2 million naira to her and her family to support her.
Also, the chairman of Emoha local government area, where Mary hails from, Chidi Lloyd, said the council will hold a reception in her honour this Friday as its brand ambassador.
This is what we want to tell our younger ones, especially from Undele, where she comes from, and any other part of the local government, to say that there is always a reward for hard work. There is always a reward for honesty. Just as there is always rewards for dishonesty, criminality, and other vices. Not too many people would have done what Mary did. So we will celebrate her as our brand ambassador. For those other people out there, you can see that it is good to be good. That goodness attracts good things.
I recall that presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, in his reaction said, I beg your pardon, Ms. Kekwaru deserves a national honour and recognition. As some commercial drivers plying Rumibo and Kulu axis of Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State have called on the local government area and the state to urgently fix the bad spot of the road. They told correspondent Suibio Ruari that the bad state of the road has affected their daily activities.
The state of the road, as you can see, is totally bad. We have been managing it for a long time, but for now, Olurumibo, Iwali Road. It has been hell. Get to that place, your tire, it punctures your tire or one of your shafts. Something must happen to your car in that very particular spot.
When once it rains, place get flooded. No vehicle to pass this area. The place is very bad, especially that Ekanka Asics. When you get there, either your tire rod or your shop, one thing must happen to your vehicle. Like every week, we do go to mechanic to service our car because of that bad spot over there.
Tire go puncture and so on and so. Especially when it rains. That one, Nadia, where they see hell. You no go see passenger. If you try see to pass the place now, wahala. So we don't suffer them for years now. So we are begging that the state government and the local government, he should not wait until the dilapidation gets worse. Make him come now, come help us, so that we feel they free for the road.
In the meantime, shop owners along that road have also complained of how patronage has gone down due to the bad state of the road.
The road has been bad for almost a year now. When it can get program, they will try to pour hard cover, but before 1 month, 2 months, it will spoil again. So the road is really affecting us. Mostly we get shops here. Customers no fit put leg, come inside shop buy something. The place too bad.
So it affects businesses, and some persons are not able to do business, especially the other side of the road. Persons are finding it difficult to cross over to the other side. The patronize people selling the other hand of the road. So it's only just
to the extent that if you can see the road, pothole, if we have been working on this road for over, especially in Kanka, I've been working for this road. Well, we are calling upon the local government to please come and help us. It's affecting the business. All the whole shops here, no sales again. Nothing. Everything is very bad. We are looking for a way. Government should come and help us. Local government, please, even if not to maintain it for us to see a daily living.
A lecturer in the Faculty of Agriculture at the University of Port Harcourt, Samuel Nwokuga, has called on the River State government to establish a special cassava farm in the state to feed cattle. Dr. Nwokuga said the setting up of a special cassava farm will help reduce the destruction of farm produce by herders in the state. Dr. Samuel said his advice is based on the belief that cattle that feed on cassava leaves give birth to twins. He spoke with our correspondent on this.
When cattle feed on cassava leaf and cassava products, they will give birth to twins. But when they feed on normal grasses, they give birth one, as in single. So they know that in my local government area where I come from, we have a lot of cassava. And they allow the cattle to invade people's farm, eating the cassava produce and products there. With the sole interest of, as soon as their cattle feeds on those things, they will give birth to twins. It's wisdom for the state government to say, look, let's carve out a particular place where we can plant either these cassavas or the grasses for the cattle to feed upon. And we can also have our own reverse cattle so that the cost of meat will reduce in River State.
The Uniport lecturer also advised Governor Similai Fubara to appoint someone knowledgeable in agriculture sector as Commissioner for Agriculture.
I want to advise the governor of River State and whoever that is going to be the commissioner to incorporate relevant stakeholders or administrative machineries like us or other people to see to it that agriculture is sustained in River State. So you don't politic with your stomach, sir. Appoint somebody that will see to it that these things are well implemented and well monitored. You cannot put somebody who is not an agri person into agriculture. There are a lot of people from River State that he as a governor can reach out and bring them on board.
Still to come, POS operators speak on threat of arrest by Consumer Protection Agency. Do stay tuned.
Stay on track with
inaugurated a 5-man caretaker committee to pilot the house for the next 6 months. Speaking during the inauguration at the palace of King Israel Uzzah Madian Otwo IX, the chairman King Makira Assembly Eugene Ele, alongside other chiefs in council, urged the new executives to justify the confidence reposed in them by working in accordance with the directives of the king and the royal house.
We want to inaugurate the committee to take care of the house. You cannot leave the house like that without inaugurating the body so that they will start the work immediately.
We are advising them to take the work very seriously to organize the election. That election should be an election that is free and fair, that will usher in the new executive of O2 National Assembly.
I wish the new cabinet caretaker will take the work given to them seriously.
The newly inaugurated committee has Shedrack Unyawaji as chairman, Ugbana Darius as secretary, and Joe Thompson, Kangbu Kumba, and Morris as members of the committee. The chairman of the committee, Shedrack Unyawaji, told our correspondent that his administration would ensure the maintenance of peace and the growth of the Otuo Royal House.
On behalf of the National Committee of Otuo Royal House, as the chairman of the committee, we sincerely accept the position given to us that we will be obedient to the King, His Eminence King Dr. Ayu Otunako. We are obedient to you, and in accordance to the rule and ordinances of this family, as a committee, we work anonymously to ensure there is progress and respect to these two.
Also representing King Otuo IX at a media briefing, Emele announced the dissolution of the Gogo Nathan Executive Committee at the expiration of their tenure. Chief Gogo also announced the revocation of the appointment of Chief-elect Rufus Anwana as security coordinator to the king, as well as his royal title as Igo I of Uyeda.
The chairman of the dissolved executive have been directed to hand over all properties of the assembly to the chairman of Otuo Royal House Kingmakers Assembly not later than 7 days from this announcement. Members of the public as well as security agencies hereby advised to discontinue transaction with Chief-elect Rufus Ezekiel Anwana in the name of Security Coordinator to the King.
In business news, some point of sales POS operators in Port Harcourt say they are yet to increase their charges. This follows the move by some POS agents in Nigeria under the umbrella of Association of Mobile Money and Bank Agents in Nigeria to fix new prices for POS transactions. They told our correspondent that they still charge the normal 50 naira for every 1,000 naira, 100 naira for every 2,000 naira, to 5,000 naira amongst others.
I've not heard anything like that. On a nose, my agent supposed to inform me, or I will see it on our platform, but our charges are still normal, no increments.
We are not planning, but with time, before they will talk about the POS people of paying fine, they should also look at it that the POS people are not making anything out of it. The POS people are also renting space.
I recall that yesterday, the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission said it will fine point of sales operators 1 million naira for illegal pricing. The FCCPC says POS operators that are found in violation of the order will pay 10 million naira for corporate entities and 1 million for individuals, including a prison sentence of up to 3 months. In entertainment news, Nigerian singer Shay Vibes has joined Grammy Award-winning Burna Boy to surpass 1 billion streams on the music streaming platform Audiomack. As a sporting tidbit, ahead of his transfer to AC Milan, Nigerian winger Samuel Chukwueze is now in Italy for his medicals. From the foreign scene, we tell you a plane fighting wildfires has crashed on the Greek island of Evia, with reports suggesting at least 2 people were on board. Crete, the largest of the Greek islands, has been put on high alert because of an extreme risk of fire, and more evacuation flights are taking place from Rhodes. Hundreds of tourists have already left the island. The Greek Prime Minister says the country has a difficult summer ahead amidst concerns about the impact on the tourist industry. And that does it here on the news this evening. But before we go, here's a quick look at the major stories. Earlier on, we told you mixed reactions are now trailing the viral video of men loyal to ex-agitator Asari Dokubo. We brought you a story that the hotel staff will return $70,000 forgotten by a customer. Mary Kekwaru is to be honoured by 2 local government areas in Rivers State. You heard a lecturer in Uniport, Samuel Nwoku, has called for the establishment of special cassava farm to resolve herders-farmers clash in Rivers State. I told you the personnel of the DSS and Correction Centre today clashed over the custody of the suspended CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele. And from the foreign scene, you heard the wildfire fighting plane has crashed in Greece. The news was edited by Onyekachi Mosu. Rain is expected in Port Harcourt this evening. Do remember, peace is the path to the prosperity of the nation. Let peace reign. I am Carl Orakwe. Goodbye.